biggest concern you have about your team going into the second round?
We'll be ready. I don't have big concerns. I mean, both teams have had 2 or 3 days off, and they've had a couple of injuries we have, so just more anxious to get playing more than concerned.
How do you assess San Jose, Darryl? I mean, I saw them against the Vancouver series, and it seems that when Burns moved up front, it changed the whole dynamic of the team. They were able to put Pavelski down, and it looks like they're running 3 lines. And they had a real good third line play against
and I think,
Canucks.
and I think their constant, Eric, has been all year, has been the goaltending.
Yeah.
You know, it's been really good for them, and I think that, you know, obviously they have their veteran group in the back end with Hannon, Stewart, and Boyle. It makes, you know, really gives them always somebody in the ice that, and you could probably put Vlasic in that group too. So they're balanced up front. I think they moved guys around, and you know, Burns really complimented Joe and Patrick and Couture, and then go to Pavelski and Wingels, and with Torres coming in, it gives them a good balance on their lines, and I think that is, and they say it too, has impacted their team. It's made them play more of a straight line game, and you can see that.
Yeah. Do you still have a feel for San Jose? You know, having been in that organization for so long. I mean,
Oh, really? Other than not basically, other than 3 or 4 players.
Yeah.
I mean, Scotty Hand's back there, Brad Stewart's back there, and I think Patrick's there.
That's
So
it.
other than that,
Yeah.
there is no connection.
Except for the town, though, right? I mean, you were there for.
Well, it's a good town, but I've been. They're all good towns.
But doesn't make you want to go in there and win even more so?
No, because I've played them enough with other teams already. This is the what? How many times? 1, 2, 3, 3rd or 4th series already. So it'd be different if I was a kid, but I'm not.
Coach, I'd like if you can talk about having home ice advantage, because this is the first time the Kings have had home ice advantage in a long, long time.
First time since I've been here, so that's not that long. It's barely a year.
Yeah.
So be thankful that you get the playoffs. Be careful. Be thankful you get to a second round. Be careful you don't get ahead of yourselves. And I look at it as like our team's played 6 rounds now in a year, so we're gonna try and see how it goes.
All those Eastern teams have an advantage with travel, though. I mean, they're kind of commuter series, and you have sort of a commuter series coming up. Is it good to have a series like this, just, so you're not,
I think we said that, last year, we talked about last year too, after the first 2 rounds, then we played Phoenix, and it's an hour trip, right? So it does make a difference. And even watching the Anaheim-Detroit game last night, quite honest, you're pulling for the team in our time zone, right? So that there's, it says something about our division, quite honest. I know how disappointed Anaheim would be today, but if Anaheim would have won last night, that's 3 teams from our division. There would have been 300-point teams out of the 4 still playing, out of the 15-team conference, which is significant. And so, at some point we were gonna, you talk about being a short trip, but if you look how close the teams are in our division, you probably got to go through 1 or 2 of them, and that's what we're doing.
Coach, how much more effective have they been, do you see, with Burns up front as opposed to when he was playing on the back end?
It gives him a big skilled guy up front, and you asked that last time we played him and the time before that. Same thing, right? It's a guy who plays minutes, a guy who enjoys playing forward, and there's not many guys in the history of the game that have done that.
You mentioned not getting ahead of yourself. Do you remind your team about that? Is that one of your mantra messages?
Well, there's nothing to get ahead of. That season starts new again tomorrow, so it's one we got to play tomorrow. We don't have to play on Thursday. We have to play tomorrow.